That final bathtub shot isn't showing a supervillain transformation. It's showing a man literally melting apart. His face is sliding off his skull. His body is collapsing into clay. And somehow, that's happening inside James Gunn's brand new DC universe.
Yeah, and that's the part I can't stop thinking about. Because if you showed me that scene without context, I'd assume it was a low-budget body horror film, not a DC movie.
Exactly. Everyone's talking about the Superman connection, but I think they're missing the bigger story. This trailer isn't trying to sell us a superhero movie. It's trying to sell us a tragedy.
And once you notice that, all the weird choices start making a lot more sense. The practical effects, the tiny budget, even the decision to completely change Clayface's origin.
Right, because our discussion today is to figure out how a $45 million R-rated indie-style body horror flick somehow fits into James Gunn's brand new DC universe.
That tone shift is completely jarring. The way they use the Flaming Lips song, Do You Realize? But slowing it down over those shots of Matt Hagen, it becomes haunting.
Especially when you get into the medical setup. Did you catch that montage? They're completely ditching the classic scuba diving origin. Instead, we see Dr. Caitlin Bates injecting him with some kind of experimental regenerative serum.
Which is a massive lift from the animated series.
And that choice changes everything. Going from an accidental incident to an actor so driven by vanity that he injects untested chemicals into his own face transforms this into a psychological tragedy.
Okay, but then you spot that blink and you miss it alley shot where his arm becomes that giant spiked club.
That was terrifying.
Pure horror. And the world building around it is surprisingly dense. You can spot amusement mile references, ferry signage, and all these little Gotham details hidden in the background.
The Gotham texture is definitely there.
But here's where I get stuck. How does hardcore face-melting body horror exist in the exact same universe as Superman? Those tones feel completely at war with each other.
See, I actually think that's the point. Avoiding a single studio-wide tone might be exactly what cures superhero fatigue.
Maybe.
And look at how they're doing it. The budget is low, the practical effects are front and center, they're avoiding giant CGI spectacle.
Which is wild for a studio movie.
Because practical effects interact with light differently. Actors react to something real, and audiences feel that. It creates an uncanny realism that glossy CGI struggles to replicate.
But the practical effects aren't even the most important clue in this trailer. Because if we're right about where this story sits in the DCU timeline, Clayface might secretly be setting up Batman before Batman even appears.
Exactly.
If that actually happens, this is a huge swing. A major studio making a Batman-adjacent horror movie built around physical makeup instead of VFX? That's a risk.
And that risk might reveal the larger plan.
Wait, if they're establishing Gotham as this terrifying, unchecked nightmare first,
then they're creating a reason for Batman to exist.
We know the brave and the bold is coming, but we still haven't met this universe's Bruce Wayne.
Right. So what better catalyst than a shape-shifting monster stalking Gotham from the shadows?
Building the terror of Gotham first so we understand why it actually needs Batman. I'm starting to see the vision.
And that's what makes the final implication so interesting. Because Clayface is a shapeshifter. And if these practical effects are as seamless as they look, literally anyone in Gotham could secretly be the monster.
Which means this movie might not just be introducing Clayface. It might be teaching us that Gotham has already become a city where nobody knows who they can trust.
And if that's true, then here's the real question. When Batman finally shows up in The Brave and the Bold, is he going to be hunting Clayface? Or is Clayface the reason Batman exists in the first place?